Alright, weekly recap. November 2022, first week in November. We say first 2 weeks November. As you can see, I had the meltdown in September and October. So putting into place some risk management strategies to prevent these kind of emotional meltdowns again. Process over profits. So just a review of some trades that I did during the week and what I'm doing at the moment. I have a 20-day challenge, risk management challenge, to keep any losses under 5%, give or take 1%, so with about 1% allowance, but I'm aiming to keep my losses under 5%. All losses, no negotiation about that. So here is how I'm tracking this. The goal in November is to have the next 20 trades no greater than a 5% loss. Starting from about the November 9th, I started this goal. So there was a percent loss here on WLAN. Acceptable, a little bit over the 5%, but I'll accept it because it's not out of control. This trade was WLAN, it was OTC buying news. Have some notes here, and I'll get the chart up as well. Chase the entry close to the initial morning high. Now let me just get the WLAN. Here we go. So this is the trade. So can't really zoom in on this, but it had ran up, but it pulled back, and it was kind of, it had found a bottom here and had gapped up this particular day to here, and I got involved too early. I was hoping maybe for the hold up, and I just got stopped out here. So my commentary was decent news, new CEO, but no follow through, Momo after the gap up, so I'm out for a loss. This could gap fill down to the 7, so I'll walk for a loss under 6%. So you can see my determination by putting this in capitals. The mood I'm in at the moment is not to take any big losses. I know that I can win and succeed in the long run if I can control my losses and be focus on risk management. So that was OTC buying news. Okay, we'll have a closer look at it. And this is the next day view. Let's see how good this chart looks. Yeah, so you can get a bit of a closer look here. The next day then here it came down a bit and bounced, so it's fairly liquid. It's not a whole lot going on with it. Could break past 1 at some point, I don't know, but the gap up kind of hasn't done a whole lot since the gap up. It did actually come down to the 7, so I was kind of right about that. I could have maybe thought about getting it. I did buy in close to 7 the next day, but like there was probably better opportunities out there with more liquidity. I'm not going to risk huge flash candle down or crazy probably there. So that was WLAN, OTC. I consider it buying news because they just kind of announced a new CEO here, so that's what I've categorized that as. Same chart there, just taken earlier. So it was, yeah, just want to see that it was over the VWAP there for a while, and came down through VWAP, yeah, and then down. Must have been something else I was thinking of. Okay, so that's that one. Then we had listed parabolic play. Well, I was actually sorry. I need to change the name of this. This was listed day one. Okay, this is day one. It was FSRD. Listed parabolic short. Sorry, listed day one short. FSRD. I kind of called it para initially, but it's a first green day, so I'm not really going to call it parabolic on the first green day. But it had ran from opening at 16-17 area, shot up massively. I had it on watch, but I was going to take it. I had an idea to take it on the break at 20, but I was kind of distracted by another ticker at the time, if I remember, and also this just shot through 20, and I was like, okay, what can I really do here? I suppose you could think about getting in there on a little dip, but you risk it just dropping straight back down. I wasn't quite sure, but then I saw this rejection of 30 on volume here, and then this dump red candle here. So then I wanted to get in about 275 area, but it kind of came down, and I was like, got a bit of FOMO, to be honest, on it, but I got in at 26 cent. Then the goal was to cover at 22. Kind of messed up with my covers, got a bit greedy, and I said, I'll leave the 2-1 something, but luckily I had a stop limit order in earlier for up here, because I was risking 275, which was 5%, and I didn't change the order correctly when I was going to close it off down here to cover, and it ended up covering me here, luckily, because the thing actually went higher and broke high day briefly before coming back down to close. So FSRD, do I have the next day on it? No, but I'm actually curious to see what happened the next day. I forget. Alright, so that was FSRD. We'll come back to that one, and then COSM. Oh man, missed out so much on this one. Maybe I have a FSRD actually here. No, that's fine. Next, COSM was listed panic to buy. Catalyst was a huge short interest. Yeah, Insider Financial said that there was huge short interest on this, so I zoned in on this. Turned out to be the right one to zone in on. And unfortunately, I was too eager with my entry and played too much of a guessing game. With this, instead of maybe waiting for another high volume fail here, and then a little couple of candles to perk up to get involved, but I got involved here and had to stop out to respect my risk. So dropped the ball a bit on that, because it dropped under the one support and recovered really quickly after that volume, which is often a signal of a rebound. So it come down from 13 to 10, 30% drop. Listed panic was on day 2 of its move, so I was really frustrated with this, but I had to stick to my guns and I didn't get involved again on it, even though in hindsight I could have maybe got involved on this break over VWAP or maybe a recovery of VWAP here, but hindsight is 2020. But I'm encouraged that I'm finding the right movers in the volatile, even on this low price. A lot of people are moving to higher price stocks right now, but like I don't have the capital for that. They're not making as big a moves as something like this is making. From 10 to 16 is a 60% move. So I'm going to stick with the penny stocks, low priced OTCs preferably. Even though this is a Nasdaq, it kind of behaved a little bit like an OTC, I found, with these ones that are under 50 cents maybe. I'll put in the notes, yeah. Wait for a couple of green 1 minute candles after a large volume sell off and then enter. So this was, this actually did break over one here, oh yeah. So we'll see, keep an eye on this one. Have some alerts set for it. COSM. Yeah, so this really infuriated me at the time. So we'll go to 1 minute. Good lesson in any case. First green day, second then it was a huge gap up, come down, and I figured it might bounce, and in at 1111 and out, and literally like 2 minutes later was the bottom. Literally 1 minute later the bottom was in. So I should have waited for a couple of green candles and then think about it. Look at the tapes closely and the level 2, and even here, like even here I could have got in when I see this. So disappointed, missed out on a major move there. Came down later after ours going sideways. Could continue higher over 16. So that's it.